The story begins in Denmark during the time of the Vikings. At the top of a mountain, a giant is merrily playing with his small son, a troll. Suddenly, the chief of a Danish tribe arrives with his mounted men, planning to kill the giant. However, before they can reach him, the giant spots them in the distance. To protect his son, he quickly picks him up and runs to the other side of the mountain. However, the chief and his men surround him. The giant hides his son on the slope of the mountain and tries to scare the men away instead of fighting them, hoping they will give up. However, they do not back off. They attack him with arrows, spears, and flaming torches. The giant loses his balance and falls off the mountain, dying instantly. From his hiding place, the little troll silently observes everything. Later, the chief approaches the edge of the mountain and removes his mask. Looking down, he spots the young troll. For a moment, he considers killing him as well. But since he is just a baby, he decides to leave him alive. Without communicating this to his men, he turns and leaves. The little troll then descends the mountain. Near the sea, he finds his father's lifeless body. He tries to drag it away from the crows and vultures, but the weight is too much for him. Finally, he uses a sword to cut his body into pieces and transports the remains to a cave. There, he hides the remains and begins living in the cave alone. Many years pass, and the troll grows up. But every day when he looks at his father's decapitated head, he cries in sadness and remembers him. Meanwhile, in the tribe of the Danish Vikings, a priest performs a religious ceremony for the opening of a new tavern. He informs the chief that the tavern is finally ready. On the other side, the troll who has been waiting all these years to avenge his father finally emerges from his cave. That night, while some Viking warriors celebrate inside the tavern, the troll arrives. He attacks the guard outside, crushing his head, and then enters the tavern. Inside, he brutally massacres all the Vikings. The next morning, the chief arrives at the tavern accompanied by his men. The scene shocks him. The bodies of the Viking warriors who spent the night there are scattered all over. They have all been savagely murdered. The chief asks his commander where he was when this happened. The commander replies that he was in the village and that some young men stayed there after drinking, but he does not know who killed them so cruelly. Strangely, no woman or elder was harmed. Hearing this, the chief becomes uneasy. Then the scene shifts to the Vikings of Gateland, whose leaders include Leo, a famous Viking warrior. As usual, they set sail in their ships to conduct raids. However, during the journey, the cold forces them to stop near Denmark. That night, the Danish chief approaches the mountain with his guard and shouts, challenging the troll. But when he steps forward, the troll suddenly appears from behind and strikes the guard in the head, killing him instantly. From a distance, the chief witnesses this and charges at him with his sword. But before he can reach him, the troll flees. The chief cannot understand why the troll never fights him directly, only attacking his guards before escaping every time. The next morning, the entire tribe gathers at the scene of the murders. The chief's wife tells him that many Viking men have been killed and questions what will happen to their widows now. If this continues, soon there will only be widows left in the village. The chief has no answer or solution. Ashamed, he remains silent. Later, his wife goes to see Lena, a woman who lives alone outside the village on the mountain. She asks if Lena can see death before it arrives and questions if her husband will die in the same way. Lena replies that everyone expelled her from the community, calling her corrupt, and now they come to her seeking help. The chief's wife says that what happened to Lena was not her fault. Lena responds that it no longer matters. As for her husband, he will not die by the troll's hand. Upon hearing this, the chief's wife returns home in silence. Meanwhile, the Vikings of Gateland, under Leo's leadership, advance with their ship and disembark near the settlement where the Danish tribe lives. When a Danish soldier spots them, he warns that this land also belongs to the Vikings. If they came to raid, they must leave immediately. Leo introduces himself as the famous Viking warrior. During the journey, he informs that he only wishes to rest there for a few days and has no plans to raid. The soldier says they have heard a lot about him and will take him to meet their chief. Thus, Leo and his men meet the chief, who is glad to see him and comments that the last time he met his father, Leo was still a child. Now he has become a great warrior. Leo nods in acknowledgement. That night, the chief organizes a banquet in the tavern for Leo and his men. Chief's wife herself serves the drinks. During the banquet, Leo asks why there are so many widows there and so few men. The chief informs him about the troll's nighttime attacks. Upon hearing this, Leo says that if the troll comes to kill Viking men every night, from now on his men and he will wait for him. After the feast, the chief, his wife, and the others return home. But Leo and his warriors, along with some men from the tribe, stay in the tavern. At midnight, the troll appears outside the tavern. First, he sniffs at a priest and moves toward the door, smelling to check if the Vikings inside are locals or foreigners. Inside, Leo and his warriors realize the troll has arrived and quickly prepare for battle. However, the troll senses that the warriors inside are not local Vikings. Instead of entering, he urinates on the closed door. When the Vikings inside rush out to attack, the troll has already disappeared into the night. The next morning, the chief tells Leo that it is strange that no man was killed last night. Leo responds that yes, the troll came to the door, but instead of fighting, he urinated and left. After that, Leo departs with some of his men and some from the tribe to search for the troll in the hills, hoping to kill him. But after searching in many places, they cannot find him. They then return to the village. A little later, Leo goes alone to see Lena, who lives outside the village near the mountain. He tells her that he heard she can see death before it arrives. Lena replies that yes, she has also heard that he is the famous Viking warrior, Leo. But she questions why he has come. Leo explains that he wants to know how many deaths will happen in this fight between the troll and the Vikings and whether the troll will die or not. It is important to know because he wants to protect her people. Lena says she is not part of those people. When she was a child, the chief's nephew brought her here and forced her into a life of shame. As for his question, yes, she has seen the future. The troll will be killed, but many Vikings will also die. The land will be soaked in blood. In truth, the people there do not deserve anything better. So Leo asks why she says that. Lena replies that it is because of what they did to the troll. This is their punishment. She advises him to stay away from this matter. Before Leo can ask more, his men arrive looking for him. They say that night is approaching and they need to prepare. So Leo returns with them to the tribe. Later, Leo talks privately with the chief and asks if the troll has ever killed a woman, child, or elderly person. The chief responds that no, he only kills Viking men. Leo observes that this means he is intelligent and in a way disciplined. The chief seems surprised and says that he is killing his people, and yet Leo praises him. Leo replies that he is not praising the troll, but there must be a reason he only kills men. So far, he has not directly attacked them or the other villagers. The chief then says that 20 years ago, a troll was killed, and since then, none have been sighted. He does not know where this one came from. If Leo is afraid of the troll, he should not fight. That night, Leo and his warriors once again await inside the tavern for the troll. When they hear the sound of his arrival, they run outside with swords raised, but once again, the troll is nowhere to be seen. Disappointed, they turn back into the tavern. At that moment, the troll silently slips behind the rocks and returns to his hiding place. The next day, Leo goes again to see Lena and asks how the troll can be killed. Lena replies that he should go home with his men. Leo says that before leaving, he needs to know how the people can get rid of this troll. Then Lena takes him to her cabin and casts her divination bones to try to find an answer. At that moment, Leo hears the troll's voice outside. He runs outside, but the troll, seeing him, flees. Leo mounts his horse and chases him. Before he can catch up, the troll climbs the mountain. Lena also follows him and arrives there. Leo calls the troll and challenges him to face him, asking why he keeps running. The troll responds in his own tongue. Lena understands and tells Leo that the troll declares that his fight is not against him. You and your men have not harmed him, and that is why he never attacked them. Upon hearing this, Leo is surprised and returns with Lena to her cabin. There he asks why the troll is wandering around there. Lena explains that the chief's nephew forced her into a sinful life, but he died in his bed. People blame her for his death and expelled her from the tribe. Since then, she has lived there alone. Many Viking men used to come every night to dishonor her, but since the troll started appearing, none of them dared to come. Therefore, she will not help him kill him as the poor troll has already suffered too much. After hearing this, Leo returns to the chief and tells him that through Lena he spoke with the troll. The troll told him that the Vikings treated him very cruelly, and that is why he is seeking revenge. The chief seems bothered and states that he will speak to Leo about this later. When Leo prepares to return to his men, he sees a disabled man being cruelly beaten by some children. Leo distances the children away. The man then tells him that his father fought against the troll's father, and that is why the troll killed all the men in his family. He knows where the troll lives and guarantees that Leo and his warriors can go there and kill him. Upon hearing this, Leo and his warriors set sail toward the mountain where the troll's cave is located. With the disabled man guiding them, they disembark near the coast and climb the mountain until they find the cave's only entrance. One Viking tries to descend, but his foot slips. The others quickly pull him back. After that, none of them have the courage to enter. Instead, they urinate near the cave entrance and begin to return to the boat. But suddenly, from underwater, the hidden troll attacks the Viking who urinated near his cave, trying to kill him. But his companions quickly attack, forcing the troll to retreat underwater. The Viking's life is saved. After that, the group returns to the tavern and waits all night for the troll. But this time, the troll does not dare to enter. The next morning, Leo goes out again and sees that the troll killed the disabled soldier, who showed them the way to the cave. Shocked, Leo and the Vikings decide to return to the troll's cave, but this time, they use a rope to reach the cave entrance. Upon entering, they find strange things scattered everywhere. One Viking breaks the skull of the troll's father and urinates on him. The troll is not there at that moment, but when he returns and finds the broken skull, he immediately understands who entered his cave. Upon seeing the offense against his father, the troll becomes furious. That night, while the Vikings sleep inside the tavern, the troll brutally attacks them. He kills the one who broke his father's skull. Seeing this, Leo also starts a fight against the troll, but Leo is far too weak compared to the troll. The troll tries to escape through the roof, but Leo grabs his leg and pulls him down, wrapping a heavy iron chain around his arm. Furious, the troll punches Leo and fights to free himself, but his hand is caught in the chain. A Viking shoots an arrow at him, but the troll knocks him down. Before the others can attack, the troll cuts his own hand to escape. He runs towards the sea but does not go far. He collapses and dies on the beach. Suddenly, his body is dragged into the sea by an invisible force. The next day, the Vikings mourn their fallen comrades and burn their bodies. Leo turns to the chief and tells him that he only told him half the truth. Now that the troll is dead, at least he should tell him everything. The chief admits that they once killed the troll's father for no reason, and now everyone is paying the price. Leo responds that because of the chief's thinking, an innocent was killed, but the troll was not like him. He never harmed the innocent. Upon hearing this, the chief feels ashamed. That night, the Vikings hang the troll's severed hand in the tavern and celebrate, believing that the troll is finally dead. Later, most of them return home. Leo goes to see Lena. She tells him that, as she warned, the troll is gone, but he will still have more wounds to suffer. She then reveals her past. Years ago, the troll had come to her. He had been with her once, but after that, never touched her again. Strangely, the Vikings stopped harassing her. She also says that the troll was not evil. He only carried the pain of his childhood. As they talk, Lena and Leo become close and end up in an embrace. At midnight, the troll's mother invades the village. Along the way, she kills a priest. Then she enters the tavern and massacres all the Vikings inside. She takes her son's severed hand with her. After that, a small boy secretly approaches Lena. She tells him to be quiet and then leaves with him. Meanwhile, the Vikings believe that the troll is still alive and is responsible for the new murders. They go in search of him. On the coast, they find the decapitated head of another comrade. Leo's suspicion increases. The troll may still be alive. He rushes into the cave alone, diving into the water. Inside, he finds the troll's body lying on a stone. But as he approaches, the troll's mother suddenly attacks him from behind. She strangles him, but Leo grabs a rock and strikes her head. Then he grabs a sword and kills her. At that moment, the young boy arrives with a sword in hand. Upon seeing him, Leo realizes the truth. This boy is nothing more than the son of Lena and the troll. Leo lowers his weapon and does not harm him. Later, Leo returns to the tribe and informs the chief that the troll and his mother are indeed dead now. Before leaving, he finds Lena once more and warns her that if people discover that the troll has a son, they will kill both of them. Lena calmly responds that this secret will remain only between them. That said, she walks away. In the end, Leo builds graves for the troll and his mother outside Lena's cabin. But from a distance, the troll's son watches everything with tears in his eyes. Then Leo leaves with his men, returning to Gateland. And that's where the film ends. So friends, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified. And don't forget to like and share this video. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.